Ahoy friends, Governor Marley here with my friend Chuck the Plant. I'm super excited today because we'll visit no other than Chuck's first real home. Yes, the Maniac Mansion. This LucasArts game from 1987 is the defining game of our wonderful point-and-click adventure game genre. And yes, it already has everything we love so much about it. Great puzzles, hilarious references, and even a little bit of a horror movie vibe. So let's not waste any time and step into the Maniac Mansion. Yeah, this wonderful IBM sounds, which we certainly will agree on, are truly amazing. So yeah, here we start right away with Maniac Mansion, and at the beginning we can pick our three characters we want to play with. I mean, two characters basically, because Dave is always part of the team. He's Sandy's boyfriend. Sandy is the one who got kidnapped by Dr. Fred and brought to his Maniac Mansion. So we have different characters, and each of the character have different professions and different abilities. So yeah, I go this time for Razor, who is the lead singer of a punk band, as well as Michael, an award-winning photographer. And so here we start. So when we start this game, we have to say, in this game, because we're playing the original here, there is no music and there won't be any voices when people talk. So we have to read everything. The only thing we will hear is, like, for example, the ticking clock here in the front room. Yeah, very slow ticking. And then, of course, some other noises like from the record player or radio here. So yeah, it's a very quiet game. We're maybe not used to it, but still, trust me, it's still a lot of fun to play. And yeah, you have loads of commands here. And really interesting, the first thing to say is also that this game was one of the first games, or if not the first game, without command lines to type in. So that was very revolutionary back in the days. So to give you a little bit of an insight of how the atmosphere is, I think best thing to do is if we go to the kitchen, where we can see, yeah, this house might be a little bit spooky. And now we also come straight to the scene which I still memorized from my childhood, which gave me a little bit of nightmares when I played the game with my older brother, is because the first time you walk into the kitchen, you see the nurse. And sometimes you can simply just run away really quickly, but sometimes she just gets you. And then, yeah, you land into the prison, the mansion prison, but don't worry, there is a way out of there. So what we're basically doing is exploring the mansion at the beginning, which is a lot of fun, because there are lots of different rooms and places. We have lots of family portraits, of course. Generally, art is a big topic in the mansion, so don't underestimate that. And a little bit of trivia about it, in the 80s, the game got so famous that they even made a Canadian-American sitcom out of it, which was less successful, but yeah, just to show you how good this game was back in these days. So then we come to a certain special part, which is of course very close to my heart here. After going through the whole house for a while, we come across the library, and in the library we see no other than, yes, our Chuck the Plant. This is the first time Chuck was in one of the LucasArts games. He had also some appearances in other games later, so like Monkey Island, for example, but this was his first time. Yeah, and here at our little gaming room, we also find a lovely Easter egg from the team around Ron Gilbert, because when we have a look here at the poster on the wall, it says that it is Zack McCracken and the Alien Mindbenders poster, and of course he played it and it's a great game. It's also a very famous game from the LucasArts universe. So after exploring the whole mansion and learning more about the family Edison, we actually find out that the Edisons are held more or less hostage by a meteor, and that the whole house is actually a nuclear power planet. So what is special about this game is as well that you actually have to be careful what to do. So if you're actually down here at the pool, just picking up some things, as we of course normally would do, but then we also see there is an interesting red button which says do not press under any circumstances. But of course we are very nosy, so we want to know what happens if you actually push the button. So let's find out. Yes, that actually can happen in this game, so always save your game. Yeah, and we have loads of different kinds of video inserts here where we know what's going on other parts of the mansion. And they're really entertaining, and they are just coming after a certain amount of time, so there's nothing for you to do to see them. But yeah, you know what's going on with the family Edison. Well, we in this room, I can also show you one of the coolest puzzles is that if you actually use the Hunkomatic machine, as it is called, and pump a little bit with sound, you actually get stronger regardless which character is doing it, and then you can open a really, really heavy garage door. There we find the amazing car of the Edsons, which will become really, really relevant in the next and final scene. Yeah, in the final scene, we are finally in the basement, in the laboratory where we always wanted to go, because we know there's Sandy and we have to save her. But then we have to save the whole house and from the evil meteor. And how we do that is basically freeing Dr. Fred from the influence of the meteor. So, but then it's not over, and we suddenly see ourselves running around with a meteor in our hands. And there it goes. The meteor goes right back where it came from, with the car of the Edsons, which is actually a spaceship. Yes, it is, of course. But that meteor seemed really happy about that. And that was the great ending, and we saved Sandy, and everything is fine. The Edsons are free from the meteor, and we did it! So yeah, that was it from the Maniac Mansion. I had an amazing time today. Thank you so much for joining me. It was such a great travel back into my childhood. If you like the video, please subscribe and or like it. If you have any game in mind you would like me to talk about, please just let me know in the comments. Me and Jack, we say goodbye and see you soon!